Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snack Bar here with some Wargame Wednesday in Empire Total War. Things look a little bit different, right? That's because this is the beginning of the American Revolutionary War. Going up against the British Army, I am playing as American colonists. This is the Battle of Bunker Hill. You can probably hear the dude talking in the background here, just saying we're by Boston. My job is to kind of go ahead and ensure that I don't get wiped out by the British. So I've got this hill that I got to protect, hence Bunker Hill. And there's going to be some waves of British coming at me here. Yes, I know, dude, be quiet. I got some artillery units I can utilize. I've got some cavalry units and a lot of infantry. But when it comes down to it here, the British units are actually a lot more powerful than me. This is how it was in the Revolutionary War. What we saw is we were really outgunned. The British Army was the most professional army in Europe and the entire world at the time. So once the American Revolution started, it was not, I mean, a lot of people weren't expecting the American units to come out on top because, I don't know, we just weren't as good as the British were. I mean, these guys trained all the time. A lot of the units here that America had were just militiamen, you know, people who would just pick up a gun from their homes and go ahead and fight. Now, this was something that in some battles the Americans used to their advantage. But anyway, let's go ahead and get onto this here before I go and get into any type of history here. Now, you can see they've landed on this part of the hill. So I've got a lot of units I got to go ahead and mobilize to kind of counter that. We've got a unit up there. It looks like some artillery. We've got a couple units coming from one side, and it looks like we got some artillery over here. You guys know that one of the greatest weaknesses against, or that artillery has, is cavalry. So I'm probably going to use this, or lose this unit here. This is like a little suicide mission. But if I can take out this unit here of artillery, this is going to help me out. That way I know they're not going to go ahead and cheap shot me throughout the entire battle here. So looks like it's not really wave after wave here. But I'm going to go ahead and use the cover of the logs there to kind of ensure, oh man, I already lost a unit, just to make sure that they have some additional coverage here. That's kind of why I'm hiding behind the logs here. But this is really one of those battles where you have to learn to adapt and quickly. If you don't, you are in trouble. And this is actually a really tough battle too. I probably played this a few times. I've lost, I think, all but once, but that's okay. So just, you're going to see me kind of going around back and forth because this is another one of those missions here where you really have to be kind of concentrating on everything and not one particular part. I do go ahead and lose that unit, but the thing is the artillery did retreat as well, and I was able to hold about 4 units back too. That's helpful for me because if they all come at me at once, I'm in trouble, but if I can hold them back and have them come in waves, I may be able to stop them here. So this is working out well for me. See that we're each losing troops. We got units kind of running one way for both of us. Now, the way that the Battle of Bunker Hill really ended up was for a British victory. So it'd be kind of cool here if the Americans end up getting the win. But, I don't know. So I've got some different artillery units. I've got some howitzers, mortars. What these things do is they shoot up at a higher angle, which is very helpful in this type of battle. And these are actually my favorite artillery units in the game because when you've got the cannons, they're just more straight shot. They're like field guns. Whoa. That was a huge explosion. Looks like they've got some grenadiers. But anyway, when you go like shoot straight like a field gun or a cannon does, you've got a pretty good shot of hitting your own guys from behind, and then you got more casualties that you have to worry about. Now, when you've got like a howitzer or you've got mortars, you got a higher angle it's basically like indirect fire. I mean, it just goes up and it comes down right on top of them, so that's helpful. All right, so here I am adapting. I know that the British are going to be trying to come up there, so I'm going to go ahead and counter that, and then I'm going to try to see how many of these guys I can hit at an angle. Now, I'm really, really lucky here that we've gotten to this point thus far. It looks like we still have a chance of coming away with a win. They're retreating now. I don't think it's necessarily at the point yet where they're going to be coming back. I got to find the unit that has the general in it, and I've got to kill the general. Once I kill the general, it's a lot more likely that the British are going to retreat earlier I got to make sure that my general stays alive. So I'm going to go ahead and move these guys into position here because you can see my colonial units are not going to be holding there that much longer. I gotta do anything I can to stop them here. Now, this is not something I usually do. I don't pit artillery against infantry. In fact, I'm not going to do that here. All right, so not doing too bad still. We've got 3 units on 2 over there. But I'm going to have to reinforce that unit, make sure I stop these guys from coming up. I might have to take 2 units here and kind of block that path up. I'm not going to be able to hold it for that long, though. You can see that part is basically covered. I've still got a couple units here that are relatively healthy. So I'm going to go ahead and block their entryway over here to get my guys running, though, because I got to get in position quick. So that being said here, I'm basically reforming my line to the I guess the formation is the word I'm looking for that I normally do, where I've got one main line and I've got my flanks covered. Now with this one, this is kind of tough because I really don't have anybody covering my right flank, and you can see that there are a couple units headed up that way. So I know that they're coming, don't get me wrong, I'm not doing anything really bad here at this point, but I just got to make sure I stop this main assault. And then once I take these guys out, this light infantry, they're holding pretty strong. Now I don't think I'm going to necessarily be able to have them bolt across the map, just going from one end of my little formation here to the other. So I'm going to have to move these guys around and really weaken my main line. But we'll adjust these guys here. Now you can see it's still not pretty though. Why aren't my guys firing? Come on. So we're shooting down at them here. This is really the best time to do it too, because they're not in a position to really shoot at me. Oh! General's dead. So they're going to be retreating a lot faster. Look at that already. I mean, you can see when they flash, they're getting prepared to retreat. So, yeah, that line may end up holding. I got one British unit up there. That's in the distance. Not like they're that far away. They're holding pretty strong. What? We might come away with the win. I wonder what would have happened if the Battle of Bunker Hill would have been an American win. But anyway, we get the victory here. I'm not going to run anybody down or do anything like that. I'm just going to be happy with the victory. So thank you guys for watching this game here on Wargame Wednesday. I'm going to finish these guys off here. Not that it's going to really matter in the long run. But we're going to get the American Revolution going here in the next few videos. So subscribe to Wargame Wednesday if you have not already. I'll make sure we get this finished. Oh, shot my own guys in the back. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys know I'm on Facebook, Twitter. You can follow me there. Again, you guys are awesome. Don't ever forget that. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one.